Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, for not letting me suffer a hurricane or even a tropical storm. Call Elohim Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Makakwadash for your word and for your promise. So I can let me get off this screen. I want to give a double
go to the store. Everything.
I want to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for pushing this truth day in, day out, and weekly on the highways and byways as commanded.
Yo, I'm walking through this town. Ain't nobody here. Look. There's nobody here. I've been walking for 20 minutes. 20
But she's there, and she's pretty, and she's been walking for 20 fucking minutes.
fucking minutes. I have not ran into one person. I see cars parked. I see birds. People? No. Bro, there's nobody here. I wanted to go to the store. Everything is closed. Everything is closed.
But she didn't say where she was, which is odd. All right? Why is she walking through there? How did she get there? What is so close by there? What is so close by that town that she ended up there walking through it and nobody was there? All right? For all we know, she's an Edomite. An attractive Edomites. They're out there.
Ain't even the construction workers. Okay, I'm gonna go to this light and I'm gonna show you all the rest of the streets. Okay, I'm at the light.
And just because there was no construction workers there means not much. Construction workers do work according to the deadline of the contract and according to what needs to be done next. It's a procedure. All right. First you find the land, then you excavate. You take down the trees and stuff, and you start from there. Then you you basically like repack the soil. Okay, you pack the soil. Now you pack the soil so that it can handle the pressure of a building pad or a house pad or even a street. Okay, so it's no telling what that town is about or what's going on. But four prophets prophesied something. And that little clip right there is a clue that the prophets were men of the true and living God. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city, town, country, state, neighborhood, and shall not be able. Why not? What you mean will not be able? What, his legs hurt? 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. For because of their pride, all right, and God resists the proud, so God is not going to help the proud people. So they're in trouble. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. All right? So much trouble that no one is going to want to come outside. The houses shall be destroyed. If someone has a house to come outside of, it makes sense on why they just don't want to come outside, because houses are being destroyed all around, and the destroying spirits that are on people are outside, coming to them soon. All right? And men should be afraid. Men should be afraid for their women, their children, and for themselves. Salakia. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 27. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. All right, now men are going to see other men, and men are going to hear other men's voices. All right, but in the times we're coming into, there will be a lot of isolation. All right, a lot of tribulation, and During this tribulation, men are going to want to hear another man's voice in comfortness, all right, and in truth and sincerity and protection. And it's not going to go down like that, all right? For of a city, there shall be 10 left. Damn, how big is that city? She walking through a town where ain't nobody. And 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves. So people going to be hiding in thick groves. Nah, it got to be thick. Well, I got to act like a, what do you call it? You got to barrel a tunnel, right? And then the clefts of the rocks. All right, so people going to be hiding in their military bases and in their deep underground military bunkers, their deep under rock military bunkers, all types of stuff. Whoop. It's like we. The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Not everybody's people. Thy people. Who is this angel talking to? An Israelite. All right. A prophet named Daniel, who has been chosen since a youth. All right. And uses expertise, wisdom, which all wisdom cometh from above. He uses expertise, wisdom, all right, and guile to prove that the Hamites tried to rape an Israelite woman, all right, and dishonor her and her father and her husband. All right. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, the angel is a prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, the Israelites, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So why is the angel a prince? Because God is the king. Makes sense, don't it? And God is the father of spirits. So the king, which is the father of spirits, chooses the princes to reign next. I mean, that's what we see all throughout the scriptures. And didn't Yahweh Shai say, as our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The kingdom come, an everlasting kingdom. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Lead us not this day into temptation, but deliver us from evil. All right? So Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone, not every person, not everybody, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Guys on the field, they're seeing these. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Poplar Report. We're getting a whole bunch of reports out of Russia and Ukraine that the Wagner Group has gone off the rails. We're getting a whole bunch of conflicting reports out there. Honestly, a lot of them are jiving with each other. So we're getting some conflicting reports, but most of the reports are confirming each other. Now, what exactly is happening? We're going to go through some tweets, the most up-to-date information. This is confirmed reports that we're getting on Twitter and everything like that. Some pictures, some videos, and stuff like that. We're going to go through these, and we're going to see what the information that's coming out. Now,
so as of now, is mutiny in Russia, according to Al Jazeera. Mutiny, forcible resistance of or revolt against constituted authority on the part of subordinates, especially a revolt of soldiers or seamen against their commanding officers.
There's going to be some discussion here of who's putting this out. Is this a disinformation campaign? Is this a Russian disinformation campaign to justify them mobilizing their troops on the streets of Moscow and trying to galvanize their people against the Wagner Group? Possibly, I guess. Is it
5-star review for their flavor and taste? And right now you can get 10% off your first purchase by using code. Did you know that China is hoarding a massive amount of food? They will soon have over 2/3 of the globe's corn reserves, over half of its rice, and over half of its wheat. But when asked about it, China lies. So what does China know that we don't? China is the world's #1 importer, relying on the rest of the world to keep their people fed. This makes
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 21. Salakia, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Salaki. Behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So great confusion, sword, ways to destroy and kill, and famine are growing upon the earth. What was that word I wanted to look up? Victuals. She is very cute walking out there talking about some she buy. I don't trust that. Victuals. To stock or supply. That goes for food as well. You stock food, you supply food. A ship, garrison, etc. with provisions to last for some time. All right. So food falls under the category of victuals. All right, verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish, that means die, of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. Nobody wants to touch doo-doo. And there shall be no man to comfort them. No one's going to mourn for them and sing old sad songs at no funeral. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down.
The canary in the coal mine when it comes to global food shortages. As Americans, we need to be prepared for potential food shortages. That's where For Patriots Survival Food.
Anyway, we just read what the scripture said, and he said that's why you gotta. Oh, man.
Wind and rain swept through our viewing area last night, leaving hundreds of thousands without power and lots of cleanup to go around.
ABC 13 has had crews tracking the damage and staying in contact with energy.
You can see all these large trees that have come down and falling on top of the world. Earlier this year, she got herself and her son out of homelessness.
Tell me they're lucky, though, because they avoided losing power 2 weeks ago when a second storm had come through the area. However, I spoke to a woman who lives in Tomball. She tells me she wasn't so lucky.
It's super frustrating.
Tiana Purefoy was feeling on top of the world. Earlier this year, she got herself and her son out of homelessness and moved into this Tomball home. Despite her new job.
One thing about America, they will not publicly give God credit for anything. They're either going to give that individual person or the government the credit. That is pride. Excuse me. That is pride. Okay, that is pride. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. All right, Matthew 24, 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And what's that sign? A innumerable amount of angels flooding the earth. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So they shall see the Son of Man, Yahushua, coming in a so-called UFO, UPA. Okay.
and new house, power outages have been repeat financial strains.
The power was out, everything in the house, the food, all of that was damaged. And then here we are again.
The first outage lasted over 24 hours. It was the result of a storm that came through the area 2 weeks ago. Her freshly stocked fridge was ruined.
We spent $300 to $400 in groceries the first time, and then we haven't had groceries ever since. We were blessed enough to get groceries yesterday, and back with no groceries again today.
And now,
These are the good old days.